So product creation magic. Let's talk about this. The power of questions is what I want to get into. So at the workshop, someone brought to me some questions about creating content and creating products, and that's something we really didn't get into. So I want to record this now and talk about this a little bit more. But the way I can teach you guys like how to create products in various different ways, and there's lots of little techniques and stuff that you can do to create products. But what I do to create products is I really just ask myself a bunch of questions, which is really the same way that I write copy too, or even create offers, you know. So what I do usually is I create an offer. So what I do is I ask questions. What is the problem? What is the reason for creating this product? What is the problem that they have? So when I create copy, or when I create products, or write reports, or record audios, or even when I laid out the slides for this presentation for you guys today, you know, what am I thinking? Well, I'm thinking a couple things. I'm thinking, what do you want to know, right? So I put myself in your shoes as my audience, as my customers. What is it that what problems do you have with creating products, and how can I help you with those products, right? Or with product creation. So I put myself in your shoes, but then I also think about it from my point of view as far as what I've done. And I just kind of look at what the problem is. And this is how I write copy. This is how I create businesses. You know, there's a problem to solve. There's a solution to find. And that's what I do. And that's all I've ever done. And it just works, right? But what most people do is they don't do this. What they do instead is they focus on themselves. And they're like, me, like someone who was complaining earlier that I booted out of the program right now. You know, it's not about you. It's, you know, because people think I need money, I've got problems, I need to make money. Then help people, right? Solve problems, provide value, provide a service, do real business. There's no magic button. There's no way you could go out there and just make money. If that was the case, the whole world would be making tons and tons and tons of money, but that's not the case, is it? Why? Because there's a barrier of entry to making money. If everyone could do it, everyone would be doing it, right? Why is it that 90% of the people that try to make money online fail? I don't know. It's not my planet. It's not my universe. I'm not God. I didn't create it, right? So if you want to make a lot of money, then you got to be part of the 10% or the 5% or the 3% or the 1% or whatever it is. And to be that person, you've got to grow, right? You've got to grow into that person. And which means getting rid of lack mentality. It means thinking more abundant. It means getting more aggressive. It means creating a business that provides value, or creating products that provide value. And that's all the stuff that most people don't want to do. They want the easy route. They want some magic button that they could just push. If I tell someone you need to create products, you know what they tell me? Well, I don't want to create products. It's too hard for me. How can I make it easier? Can I just buy a PLR product? Can I just, you know, find someone else to write the product for me? Can I just get someone else to do it for me? You know, so people always look for the path of least resistance, and that's fine, because a lot of times you'll find really great solutions and opportunities and stuff within that outside the box thinking. But at the same time, it's the wrong mentality, because a lot of people think they just want the easy way. They want the microwave society. They want to put their meal in a microwave, click a couple buttons, wait a second, and then eat, right? Or take a pill. Boop, pop a pill, and then it's done. Well, you know what? You know what that does is it creates a barrier of entry, and most people never get past that barrier of entry, and they never make any money because it's too hard. Is it hard? Yeah, it's hard. But it's not as hard as digging ditches, right? Or shoveling lava. It's hard, but it's not that hard. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff on this planet that's a lot freaking harder to do than to create a little report and sell it for $5, or to create some audios and sell it for $50, or create a home study course and sell it for $1,000. It's not that freaking hard. Anyway, I'm talking too loud in the microphone. The GoToWebinar just gave me a error that says you're talking too loud. So what's the problem? Why is this a problem at all? So here's the questions that I ask when I write copy. I took these from writing some of the questions I ask myself whenever I'm coming up with offers and sales letters and sales videos, but it's also the same questions that I use to create the product. Let me check. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm getting all these notices. Oh, where'd my question panel go? Hold on. Few questions. You guys hear me? Okay, good. Thank you, Tina. I don't know what is going on with this. All right, so what is the problem? Why is this a problem? What does it feel like to have this problem? See, people are emotional, right? I mean, I'm emotional. You guys can be emotional. What does it feel like is an important question to ask yourself, not only whenever you're creating a product, but whenever you're creating a sales letter or whenever you're even picking a niche. You think about this and put yourself in their shoes. What does it feel like to have this problem that they have? If it's they need to lose weight, for example, then what does it feel like to be overweight? If you yourself are overweight, well, then because you are your market. If you're not overweight, then you may not completely know, but you could probably get an idea. And then just really, really knowing your market is going to help you to create compelling products, create compelling offers, and create compelling sales attempts, sales copy, and sales videos, and all of that. So if you're targeting small businesses, for example, what is the problem that they have? Well, I could tell you what small businesses, the problems they have. I mean, they're always playing catch up. They're always putting out fires. They're always trying to make enough money to pay the payroll. They're always trying to stay one step ahead of the regulations and the laws and stuff like that, because those are always changing. They're always, they work hard, sometimes too hard. They miss out on a lot of family activities because they have to be at work and they have to run their business. They spend a lot of times working in their business instead of on their business. Sometimes they don't make any profits at all because they're the ones that scrape off the bottom of whatever's left after they pay for everything. I could go on and on and on. So really, really knowing your market and your customer and your prospect helps you to craft really compelling offers and products and services and an entire business. So it's really, really important to ask yourself these questions. What does it feel like to have this problem? Because then you could tap into those emotions. And the better you are at tapping into those emotions, the more likely you're going to get a sell, the more likely you're going to get a fan, the more likely you're going to get a customer, right? Or a raving fan of a customer. What do people who have this problem complain about? Now, this is important to know what your target customers and prospects complain about. But at the same time, you don't want their complaints to derail you from moving forward with your business because, of course, everyone complains about everything. But what are their true complaints and how can you help solve those complaints? What keeps them up late at night? What do they stress out about? What do they worry about? What really bothers them? What makes them take a Tylenol in the middle of the night because they got a splitting headache or they're just upset or they cry or they have some kind of problem? That's emotions, right? That's what I call fire. That's what I call fire, which is it's a deep-seated emotional problem. It's not just like my big toe hurts. It's a problem that's really bothering them, and to help solve those problems that really bother them, that are emotional like that, can make you extremely successful and wealthy if you sincerely try to help them with that problem by providing really good value and sincerely trying to help them, even unconditionally try to help them with that problem. And it's amazing the results that you'll get. We saw that at the workshop with Danny with his Asperger's program. I mean, he was, of course, parents that have children or suspect that their children might have Asperger's. That's pretty freaking emotional. I mean, does it get any more emotional than that? Your kids? And he shared with us at the workshop how he makes a lot of money, and he's making a ton of money. He made like $20-something thousand that weekend at the workshop, which was amazing. And it was just beautiful because so many people at the workshop were having problems with belief factors. They didn't believe it. And I understand that because I was there too. At that point when I first started, I didn't really believe it, or I needed some kind of really in my face proof before I could fully go full steam. And that's normal. And we saw that demonstrated throughout the workshop with belief factors all the time. Everyone was, since it was so interactive, and people were able to just speak their mind. There was a lot of people, pretty much displaying exactly what I was teaching right back to me. Like I'd teach, you got to get past these barriers and things don't need to be perfect, yet people were showing me all their barriers and how they need everything to be perfect. And that happened all weekend long. So it was great to see Danny, a young guy, get up there and show everyone how he was making tons of money. He's made 20 grand or so there at the workshop. And that was great. That was beautiful. I mean, I think it helped everyone with believability, but that really wasn't the most inspiring thing to me because I see the money all the time. I know it works. I don't have a believability factor in my head, right? But what blew me away, what absolutely blew me away, was toward the end of the workshop, he asked to get on my computer so he could show us some stuff. I didn't know what he was going to show, and I was standing there while he was showing it, and I was kind of half listening anyway because I was thinking about all this other stuff for the workshop. And then he started showing all these Facebook comments, and there was hundreds of them. And he just kept scrolling down the page, and these people were saying, and he went too fast. We should have slowed the whole thing down so we could read those a little bit better. But there were people saying, like, this is a miracle. And they were saying, you've helped me so much in 24 hours, and I'm crying here at what you're doing to help, and you're special, and you're an angel, and all this. I was just catching these little blurbs as he was scrolling up and down on my computer, and I just felt emotional, and I didn't say anything right after that because I was like, I don't want to get emotional in front of everybody, so I just kind of let that die off a little bit and change the thoughts, right? But that blew me away because that's exactly what this is all about, and I think that was what I needed to see. I think I had this workshop. I spent all this money on the workshop. I organized it, arranged it, ran all over Austin the day before, getting stuff, projectors and stuff, and things broke and all this stuff going on, right? It's a lot of work to run a workshop, much less being the one speaking the whole weekend too. I mean, it's a lot of work. And I almost kind of feel like my benefit from doing the workshop was that moment right there where he showed that to me, because it made me realize for a brief second that that's what I was after. And that's something that's eluded me in my own life, is trying to figure out, what that true purpose was. And I saw it right there on display, right in front of me. So I feel like I learned more from my own workshop, perhaps than some people that were at the workshop who could have flew from the other side of the world for all I know to be there. I don't think anyone flew from the other side of the world. I think most people were here in the States. But anyway, it's very interesting to me to look at it that way. And I learned so much from that moment. We could go into it deeper, I mean, that's what it's all about. So what happens is a lot of people in this business, they're just chasing cash. They're just tossing up squeeze pages and graphics and buying little PLR offers and, putting their signature on the sales letter to help it convert better, and, trying to figure out the blog and the WordPress plugins and the, autoresponder account, and, they're just playing that game. And they may, and it may escape them that the true point of their business should be to provide value, to solve some freaking problem that people have. Because people give you money in exchange for value. They give you $150, you give them value in return. As a business owner, that is your job. If my carpets need cleaning and I hire a carpet cleaning company and I give them $500 to clean our carpets upstairs, that they better clean the carpet. That's value, and then I get that in return, right? And that's what it's all about, solving a problem. So what problem are you currently solving? Because I guarantee you, if you're not solving a problem, you're not making any money. If you are solving problems for people, then you're making money. That's just the way that it is. But people chase the dollar, and they don't sit down and figure out what they need to do to solve a problem, to provide value, to provide a service, to help other people. And Danny displayed that right in front of our faces, like a slap in the face. Here's a 20-year-old kid changing people's lives, and yet we're chasing cash. And however old we've become in our lives, maybe that's escaped us because we're so caught up in paying the house and the cars and the vacations and taxes and all the other stuff that we need to generate cash to pay, that we're just need. And we never stop to think about the way to succeed is to actually provide for others. It eludes you if you chase the cash. But that's all you see all over the place is chase cash, chase cash, chase cash. And the truth, the way to make money is like what Danny does. He's helping people sincerely and effectively, which is probably the key word, effectively. If it wasn't effective, then they wouldn't be making those kinds of posts. So what else could go wrong if they continue to have this problem? So one problem leads to lots of other problems, right? Maybe it's a gateway problem. One problem leads to a bunch of other problems. So when you ask this, it's like in internet marketing. Okay, so you can't drive traffic. That's your problem. Well, let's solve that problem. Oh, guess what we found? Not only can you not drive traffic, but you have no clue how to convert. See? Oh, now you know how to drive traffic, and now you know how to convert. However, there's a problem here. It's a mental barrier. You never complete anything that you try to do. The last 25% of any project's the hardest part. So you keep quitting when you're 75% done, and then you start something new. Well, that's a problem. See, they're all connected. There's not one problem. There's like tons of problems, right? But when you solve one problem, it unlocks all the other problems that need to be solved too. So go ahead and ask yourself those questions now. By answering those questions, you can tease them inside your product about answering those problems, and then by getting your other products, because it's better to have lots of products. Or you can answer it inside your product, and then your product becomes, a raving fan type of product because it over-delivers. Who else solves this problem, and how are they solving it? Which is basically looking at your competitors. What are they doing to solve the problem? You guys there? Testing. Okay, good. I got to check because this laptop, and I'm getting error messages. Okay, people who have this problem also have what other similar problems? What do people do to solve this problem? Like, what do other people who have successfully solved this problem, what have they done to solve those problems? So you start looking at, competitors, and you start looking at your demographics, your customers that you're targeting, and you say, what did they do to solve this problem? Like, what did the people that lost 50 pounds of fat, what did they do to lose that fat? And then, or the people that helped them lose 50 pounds of fat, what did they do to help them lose 50 pounds of fat? Common sense stuff. So what are the top 5 to 10 things to do to solve this problem fully? Now we're talking about benefits. So what I like to do is I like to write the sales copy before I create the product. Did you catch that? Write the sales copy before you create the product. The reason why is because when you write the sales copy, you're able to create all the benefits. If I'm writing sales copy and I'm targeting you guys, internet marketers, I might be writing the copy, writing, and then I'm like, okay, what else can I provide them? Oh, I know, because I know the market so well. They really, really like cheat sheets. Oh yeah, when you put cheat sheets in there, they love that. They buy their product all the time. Who can deny cheat sheets? So let me put cheat sheets in the product. Type in cheat sheets, talk about that a little bit and how valuable that is. And then copy. I'm writing sales copy, and I think, what else can I provide them? What do they love? Oh, you know what they love? They love live weekly calls. Yes, live weekly calls when they can get on the call with me. And we can interact back and forth, and I can read the little text chats. Or I can even open the microphone, and they can talk if they're brave enough. Talk about that. You get live weekly calls. sales with Eric Louviere, $1 million marketer. Then copy, 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 and I think, what else do they want? What do they like? What do they hate? And then you just add that in there. So that's what I do. That's how I do it. So same with any niche. So you start thinking about what are the top 5 to 10 things that you could do to solve the problem fully. And also, it's never 1,000 things. It's almost always 6 to 12 things max. So if they want to lose weight, and that's what you're doing, it's not like 1,000 things they need to do to lose weight. There's like 4, right? If they want to get a date or find Mr. Right, there's not 1,000 things to do to find Mrs. or Mr. Right. There's only like a few things that need to be done, right? Like brush your teeth. Find other sales letters and pick out the top 5 benefits they have for the same demographics you are targeting. So really, the quickest way to get to where you want to be is to model someone else who's already there. So if you find someone that is out there that's already selling a product that targets your same demographics, that's targets your same customers, then really all you need to do is model what they're doing and try to do a little bit better of a job. Google wasn't the first search engine, but they just did a better job, right? So, I mean, IBM wasn't the first desktop computer, I mean, you just kind of look at all the different things that have happened out there. I mean, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's, it never ends. There's just always something. Tylenol. So you could look at the demographics that you're targeting and then look at who's out there targeting that same market. What are they doing? If they're successful, then you can model what they're doing and try to do a better job of what they're doing. Here, a quick example is, let's say you find someone that's selling a weight loss book, and it's an ebook. It's 45 pages. How can you do a better job than that? Well, you can model what they're doing, because once you learn it, you know it. And you could don't copy them, but you can learn from what they teach, and then you can rewrite it in your own words, write it in your own words, teach it in your own words. So if you find someone is selling an ebook on how to lose weight and it's 45 pages long, how could you do a better job than them? Well, you could do videos or audios. It has a higher perceived value than a written report, right? Or you can do live coaching like this that I'm doing, or one-on-one coaching. There's a ton of things you could do to model what someone else is doing but do a better job. You can model Eric Louviere, Dean, exactly. And people do, if I teach you, in order to make a lot of money online, you got to focus on one thing, not 1,000 different things. Focus on one sales funnel. Focus on one technique for making money. Don't do like 10, 15, 20 different things because you won't make any money. It's better to go a mile deep and an inch wide than it is to go a mile wide and an inch deep. You're not going to make any money being 10% good at a bunch of different things. If you want to make money, you need to be 90% good at one thing, and you'll make a lot of money. So I just taught that to you. You could take that same rationale, principles, philosophies that I just taught to you right there, and you can take it and rewrite it in your own words. You can teach it in your own words. I taught it to you. Now you know. You know that if you're going to do 1,000 different things, you're not going to make any money. You'll be a jack of all trades. You know that now. You can turn around and teach that. I've had tons of people rip me off, not really, copy me, and go out there and make themselves tons of money based on stuff that I've taught. So let's look at how to lower your high blood pressure. Live action. My computer is really slow. Oh, I think it's backing up. That's why. Backup in progress. Stupid PC. Okay. Wow. So we're going to do, let's do clickbank.com. Oh, wow. This might not work. It's really slow. How's everybody doing? Everybody okay? Enjoying the beautiful weather? Oh, you are if you're in Austin. It's gorgeous here. So we go to Marketplace. This is just great. It's one of those days. Natural solutions to high blood pressure. So there's one. My pharmacist says notes on high blood pressure. 2, how to drop blood pressure naturally. 3, the blood pressure remedy report. 4, blood pressure solution. 5, high blood pressure exercise program. 6, and we could go on and on and on, right? Who knows how, there's 26 pages here that pulls up high blood pressure. So not all of them are going to deal with high blood pressure, but there's plenty of them that will. This is a gold mine for you. I mean, you could look at this and see, who's selling products here. You could look at all these different sales letters and sales videos, and you could pick some that stand out to you that look really good. And you could buy a few of these, like maybe buy this one and this one and this one. You got 3. You go through these while you take notes on what you're learning, what the benefits are, what the techniques are, and all that. And then you can just create your own product. Now, don't copy them. Just learn from them, like I just explained to you. Now it's endless what you could create. This is what everyone else does. You think these people invented these natural solutions to high blood pressure? No way. They learned them from different places. They compiled that information and provided it to you. So if I spent 2 weeks studying, focused, laser beam 3000 focused on high blood pressure, I would know a ton about high blood pressure, and I'd be able to create a product very, very easily. Because most people don't go a mile deep and an inch wide on any one topic. They go a mile wide and an inch deep. So they just scratch the surface, including people who have high blood pressure, including a lot of doctors who get patients to have high blood pressure. If you study it, you'll figure out things like breathing exercises that could lower blood pressure and meditation and certain supplements and stuff, right? So let's click this and see what if they have a sales letter or if it's a sales video. The sun is setting somewhat here in Austin, and now it's beaming right in my face. I had to move my little table here. So let's look at this sales letter. Is your blood pressure high? I've helped many people that suffered with high blood pressure. Let me help you too. Not a very good, compelling headline, but who knows how well it works. It could work well. So here, this person, like this is like, I can tell as a copywriter, I can beat these people in conversions. There's no like dear so-and-so, there's no name at the top, there's no compelling headline. Is your blood pressure high is weak. So there's a lot of, this is the most important part of the sales copy, and it's not very good. But doesn't mean you can't get some good ideas from there. It's a serious condition. So here what they're doing is hitting the pain, the fears, stroke, heart attack, all that. So this is where people start getting anxieties and stuff, right? Which creates an emotion to solve the problem, which is to, helps get increased conversions. High blood pressure kills. Yeah, so that's fear based. Damage to your eyesight, kidney damage. Could damage heart, blood vessels, kidneys, and other parts of your body. See what they're doing? They're really tapping into the pain and the fear here. We guarantee to help you with your HBP problem. I'd be careful there. That probably is a pretty scary thing to get in trouble for. Step-by-step instructions, 30 easy methods and remedies. So if you were to buy this, you'd get, 30 quick, easy methods and remedies you could learn about. High blood pressure in women. So there's a demographic there. Why choose my solutions? And then here's a couple of, this is a weak sales letter. Anyway, could give you some ideas there. And then I would just look at the other ones too, okay? So I'm not going to go look at these other sales letters, but you could get ideas from the sales letter on what to do to create product. Now, the next thing we want to do is go to eZineArticles.com, which is where I always go. And then we're going to type in, what he's saying here is, what do you think about using Facebook as a coaching platform to drive traffic to and charge $27 to $97 a month for the IM niche coaching consultants and service providers? Well, yeah, that's a good idea. Whoops. Not responding. So what I do is I go to eZine Articles and I type in, high blood pressure right here, or whatever niche you're going after. And then you'll just get the mother lode of tips and techniques and strategies and ideas and all kinds of stuff. And if you spent 5 hours going through these articles here and taking notes, by the end of those 5 hours, you'll have a complete program product you can sell. You'll have all the notes, then you just rewrite it, right? How to treat high blood pressure. I usually look for ones that have like 7 steps, 10 steps. A natural cure, forget prescription drugs. And then all these articles, they'll give you little free tips, but as you look at them in a collective sense, then you could really find a lot of really good, tips. So here, start naturally treating your high blood pressure today with these 12 tips. Exercise, duh. Lose that extra 15, duh. But some of this stuff is what people need to know. Grains, I didn't know that. Grains are great. Fruits and vegetables. Pass on the salt. Pack the potassium. Reduce alcohol. More magnesium. There you go. Calcium. See, this is what I was looking for. Garlic. And there, so you'll find all kinds of stuff as you focus on those things. So what I look at is sales letters on ClickBank. I look at Google. I'll go to the dummies.com website and see if they got anything there. Nolo for legal stuff. Bookstore. I'll go to the bookstore. They'll have books I could look at. Amazon.com. Look at those books. eZine Articles. eHow. You can get tons of stuff from these three. eZine Articles, eHow, and YouTube. I mean, there's a ton of information out there. So one of the questions people will think, I just thought about it, is people will think, yeah, but it's free out there, Eric. It's all free. So my customers can just go get that free information too, right? Wrong. Because people don't do that. They don't get into the guts of anything. They want a pill. They want a magic button. They want a microwave to, nuke their burrito. And you're compiling all the information, putting it together in a very consumable, easy manner for them, and they're willing to give you money for that because they're lazy. They don't want to go research around and try to find stuff. And if you present it in a compelling manner with credibility and proof factors and slick sales copy and all that, they'll buy it from you. That's just marketing. One great book is all it takes. So you can go to the bookstore and you can get a book on how to lower your high blood pressure, how to lose weight, how to grow tomatoes, how to whatever you're going to do in your niche, how to make money online, how to flip houses, how to train a bird. You can do all of that, and then all you got to do is go to the bookstore, find a book on it, put the book on your left-hand side, open it up if you're right-handed, and then pull out a notebook pad on your right hand, and just read through there and find tips. And when you find a tip, write it down. When you find another tip, write it down. Or you can highlight in the book when you find a tip and then take all the highlights and write those down. That's one thing you can do. I know it sounds boring maybe, or it sounds hard work. That's what I did to start making money. Now, of course, you can outsource and do all kinds of stuff like that, but that's what I did to create products and niches that I could care less about and made money in. Imagine if you do it in a niche that you're passionate about. So take the notes and rewrite them in your own words, your own style. You could add in your own flair, your own stories, and all that to make it better and better and better. But Eric, what if I cannot write? That's a common thing I get from people is a statement is they don't want to write, they hate it, don't like it, scared of it. So what do I do, to create my own products if I can't write? Well, just like with everything in this business, you have three choices only. Choice number one is you could do it yourself. If you don't want to do it yourself, then that brings you to choice number two. You could pay someone else to do it for you, right? Those are really the two main choices. Do it yourself or pay someone to do it, but it's got to get done, right? Now you could look at it as buying too. Like if you were to buy a product, buy a business, buy PLR, private label rights, resale rights to products and all that. But still, you got to spend money, is what I'm saying here, to get the product done if you don't do it yourself. And then the last one is partner with someone else and let them do it, and you do other stuff. Like maybe the partner creates the product and you focus on traffic or something like that. What I have found is, these are the three ways to do it, but it's also, you can look at this with just about anything. The technical stuff when it comes to making money online, if you're not good at that, then you either do it, hunker down and learn it yourself and do it, and just get disciplined and focus on it. You could do anything. You can learn the technical stuff. You can learn how to write. You can learn how to write copy. You can learn how to record videos. So either do it yourself or, pull out the cash and pay someone else to do it. Or you can partner with someone, but you got to reach out there and find a partner to do it. So don't try to find a partner that's as good at the exact same things that you are. Then it makes it kind of difficult. Then you guys will both have to pay someone to do the other stuff. And that's it. Those are the three choices. Pick one, or what's going to end up happening is you're spinning your wheels for years and not making any money in this business, which is what I see all of the time. So people are like, well, I'm not good at copy, Eric. What can I do? You could freaking get good at it and stop making excuses. Or two, you can pay someone to do it. Or three, you can find a junior copywriter or someone to partner with you. They'll write the copy. You do everything else to give them a cut. Well, what other choice is there? Those are the three choices. So pick one and do it. And then 4 years pass by and they still haven't done anything. They haven't made any money. I'm like, where have you been? What have you been doing for the past 4 years? How come you're not making any money? Well, I'm not good at copy. Well, I told you 4 years ago that if you're not good at copy, then pay someone to do it for you, but I don't have any money. And I told you, well, then partner with someone else to do it. I don't know anybody. Save your money. Stop eating out and save your money or something, or just reach out to people. But it's got to get done, and if it doesn't, then you're just not going to make any money, right? There's four things that usually have to happen, the four main pillars to making money online: traffic, conversions, product creation or product, service, something, the value you're providing people, and then the last one, which is traffic, conversions, or technical. The last one's technical. Traffic, conversions, product creation, technical. So if you suck at technical, like me, then you got to get that covered. And if not, then it becomes a barrier. It's a big 800-pound gorilla sitting in the room. And then one day turns into a week turns into a month turns into a year turns into a decade, and you haven't made any money because you're not good at technical stuff. But, you know, get it done. You can either pay someone else to do it, or you can finally get good at technical, or you can partner with someone to do it, to handle the technical. But it's got to get done. So I'd rather talk than type, Eric. Well, great. Then that's even better in my opinion. So create some audios that people, some MP3s that people can listen to on their smartphones or their computers or in their cars. Audios are better than written, in my opinion. They have a higher perceived value, that's for sure. And not to mention, when you record them, audio or video, you could get someone else to transcribe them for you. And now you got, you know, books that you can sell because you let someone else do the typing, because you just do all the talking. If you're like me, you can talk a lot, and then that creates a lot of content. Warning! Warning, warning, warning. Most people make this huge mistake. Watch this, snap back, stop multitasking, come back from Facebook. Come back from Facebook. Come look at this next slide. Warning, most people make this huge mistake. You guys ready? I'm just waiting for everyone to get back, all right? Okay, it's gone up. All right, everyone's back now. Most people make this huge mistake. Ready? Ready? They want everything to be perfect, 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 perfect before they take full action. Got it? Waiting for you to write that one down, right? They want everything to be perfect, 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 as perfect can perfectly be before they take any action. If it's not perfect, not taking action. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, you know what? They don't make any money. They don't want to waste their time, so they need it to be perfect. They don't want to waste their time, but they want it to be perfect. So they don't go waste their time on Facebook, but they're not going to chase this business because, by God, it's not perfect. They'll waste their time doing all kinds of stuff, but it's not perfect. Not perfect, not perfect, not perfect, right? They won't invest money because it's not perfect yet. I'm not going to drive any traffic, not until it's perfect. I'm not going to waste my energy on that, not until it's perfect. I'm not going to do that because then my pride will hurt because I might fail because you are not perfect or this product's not perfect. And I don't want ridicule, right? So they want everything to be proven, and they want it to be perfect, 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 perfect before they take any real action. It'll never be perfect, ever. Nothing's perfect. Apple's not perfect. This iPhone I have right here is not perfect. This computer I'm on is damn sure not perfect. I'm not perfect, yet I've generated millions online. This desk I'm at's not perfect. This fake tree that my wife bought that's standing next to me is not perfect. It's not even real. It's a fake tree. There's all kinds of things that aren't perfect, right? But yet some people, or most people, they want everything to be perfect first. They spend a lot of time doing all the side stuff, the busy stuff, right? The busy bee stuff, but not the real stuff, the traffic and conversions. They're like, well, I'll spend all week setting up this blog, but I'm not going to spend 10 minutes driving any traffic. I'll spend all weeks going through all these Amazon videos on how to be an Amazon e-commerce guru, but I'm not going to spend 10 minutes on my sales letter. I'll spend 5 days focused on how to be a blogger and set up my Facebook fan page and connect it to my video subscription page. And I'm going to work next week on my logo. And the week after that, I'm going to work on my tagline. And then the week after that, I'm going to go to the photographer and get guru pictures. I'm going to have all this done. But the one thing I'm not going to do is drive traffic and convert the traffic. Or I'm not going to generate leads. I'm going to do everything else but that, right? Because it's not perfect yet. It's going to be perfect. I wrote this book. It's 35 pages long, but I'm not a good speller or, write grammatically correct. So I'm going to get someone to edit this first before I sell it, because I don't want my pride. I don't want to look stupid, with my misspelled words out there. So I need to get someone to edit it. So let me try to find someone to edit my book, and I'll look for someone tomorrow. But you don't, because tomorrow's Facebook Day, and then the next day is Pilates day, and the next day after that you got T-ball, and the next thing you know, it's been a year, and that report never got edited. It never got reviewed by a writer or English major, and it just sat there on your computer collecting cyber dust, and another broken dream flushed down the toilet because you wanted it to be perfect. I've had buy now buttons up with no product. I drove traffic to a sales letter that had a PayPal buy now button, and when the customers would buy it, there was no product. I basically said, the product's not done yet. Hold tight, and I'll send it to you as soon as it's done. And if you want a refund, I'll send you a refund, but it's not done yet. Sorry. Why did I do that? Because I wanted to see if my sales letter would convert before I spent the time on writing the product. Because I didn't care as much as the product. I wanted to make sure my sales letter worked, right? And I just couldn't wait to drive traffic to it. So I create the sales letter first, right? So I wrote the sales letter. Let's say I finished it right now. Whew! Finished my sales letter. It's up online. I created a PayPal button, put that on there, and now my sales letter is live on the internet. I wonder if this would convert. But I still got to write the report to sell. Let me drive a little bit of pay-per-click traffic to it and see if it converts. If they buy it, I'll just give them a refund. I'll try it anyway. I do it, and then it sells. And now I got to create the product, right? Because I got sales and money coming in. I don't want to give these people refunds. I want to keep the money. So then it puts my back against the wall and forces me to create the content. I do it all the time in the internet marketing. Mark, I've been doing it for years. Ann can tell you. Pam Knight can tell you if she's here. I create the product. I always remember her because she was just like, I bought it from you and it's not finished yet. I'll sell something and I'll be like, I'm going to create the product later, Thank you for joining, but it's not done yet. I've been doing that for 8 years. But yet, a lot of people wait till it has to be perfect before they sell anything. It'll never, ever, 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 ever be perfect. You'll never be perfect. And you're going to get ridiculed. People will make fun of you. People will throw tomatoes at you. They will tell you you suck. They will hate you. They'll make fun of you. They'll complain about you. They'll charge back on you. They'll refund from you. They'll show up in a live call to tell you that they're trying to cancel and we haven't responded to their customer tickets. I mean, they don't have time for that, right? We have customer service people. They'll do all kinds of things like that. Don't worry about that. Just get it done, right? And replace the toxic people with people like you guys, people that are ambitious and eager and driven and abundant, not lack mentality. Clients tell me, I have 10 hours per week to work on my business unless, so this happens. This is one of the questionnaire forms I have is, with one-on-one clients, coaching clients I've had, as I say, how many hours per week do you have to devote to your internet marketing business? And I would say like 40% of them answer it this way. They say, well, I have about 10 to 12 hours per week. Unless what? Unless what? Who knows? Who in the room knows? Who knows what they say next? I have 10 to 12 hours per week to work on my business unless what? Okay, you guys are chiming in here. Let me see what you're saying. My 7-year-old is liking the talk about not having to be perfect. Love it. Awesome. We used to say if it's 80% ready, ship it. That is brilliant, Tina. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That is so true. If it's 80%, ship it. Exactly. The last 25% is the hardest part. So that works perfectly. If it's 80% ready, ship it. You got money loves speed. Money loves speed. Get it out to market. Get it out to market. I don't watch The Voice. What does that mean? I could leave my job. Okay, so I have 10 hours per week to work my business unless I could leave my job. Nope, that's not what they say. Unless you guarantee me. Who's this? Hold on, I gotta get this out here. I can't see who wrote that one. Brian, pretty close, man. Pretty close. You got you got the right idea. Calvin, quit job. That's what someone else said too. Life gets in the way. Tina, no. I'm making money. Stephen, again, very close. Very, very good answer, Stephen. Unless I leave my job or make money. Now we're there. Now we're there. Paul says, unless I can make money quickly, then I can find some more time. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Paul nailed it. Elizabeth, hey Elizabeth, says, done is more profitable than perfect. Very good. Unless, says Anne, unless I don't watch The Voice. Is that what you're saying? What is The Voice? Sounds familiar. Yes, Paul nailed it. Stephen and Brian were pretty close, but this is what they say. They say, we'll have about 10 to 12 hours per week to work on the business. Unless something starts working and I start making money, then I can put in 50 hours a week. I'll do whatever it takes if something's working. If you, Eric, can get me making money, then I can put in many more hours per week. But until then, I can only put in 10 to 12. Do you see what's incredibly wrong with that picture? That's like what we talked about at the workshop. And we said, plant in the spring and reap your harvest in the fall. You can't walk up to the soil and say, I need to make money. Soil, if you give me vegetables, then I'll plant the seeds. But until you give me vegetables, I'm not planting any seeds. I got to see the veggies first, then I'll plant the seeds. No, 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 no. You plant the seeds first, then you get the vegetables. This is what we call a employee mindset. It's basically, I'll show up and work and you give me money, right? It's got to be guaranteed that if I put in an hour's time, you give me money. That's not the way it works in the business world. The employee world is like Saturn. So if you live on the planet Saturn, that's the employee world. And then the planet, I don't know, Neptune is the the business owner world. They're completely different planets. And to get from Neptune to Saturn, it's going to take a pretty awesome space shuttle, right? And probably 20 years to get from one to the other. So it's, I don't know that for a fact. I don't know how the science statistics work, but it's pretty far. The point is that you got to put the work in first, then the money comes. You plant the seeds first, then the money comes. You get obsessed and put in the 50 hours now, then the money comes and you can work 10 hours later. People got it backwards. It'll never be perfect, and until you put your heart and soul into something and get obsessed with it, it's probably never going to work, because then you're just going to scratch the surface. Again, you're going a mile wide and an inch deep instead of a mile deep and an inch wide. That's the difference between making money and not making money. Remember, there's a big barrier to being successful online, because 90% of the people are not successful online. The people that try to make money online fail. 90% of them or so. That means there's a barrier of entry to get into this. To be one of us, there's a barrier, a big wall that has been created to keep everyone out. So if there's this big wall, this big brick wall that I didn't create, God or the universe or nature or something, business gods created it, right? And if you want to get over on this side of the world, this side of the wall where we're at, those of us that make money, then you got to get over. You got to get over that wall. You got to go over it, around it, under it, through it, to somehow get to my side of the wall over here. So you guys are, a lot of you are on the other side of the wall over there, and will never make it to this side of the wall. Why? Because the wall's too intimidating. It's too scary. It's too hard. But it's not hard. It's harder digging ditches. It's harder working for the man. It's harder working a day job, for the rest of your life, to retire with nothing or next to nothing. It's hard to live like that, and it's also hard of a barrier of entry. So what is the barrier that you have to get over? I'll say it's traffic, right? That's a barrier of entry. 90% of the people in this market never send any traffic, so they never make any money. Why? Because they never focus on traffic. They spend 90% of their time doing everything but traffic. They spend 90% of their time creating blogs and watching videos and reading forums and reading Facebook and participating and chatting on Skype and playing around and Pinterest and all that. But they don't spend any time sending traffic. You got to flip that. You're going to spend 90% of your time driving traffic, not 90% of your time doing everything but driving traffic. See, that's a barrier of entry. Until you get that, you're probably not going to get over the wall. The next thing is conversions. Most people don't focus on conversions at all. I would say they spend 99% of their time doing everything but conversions. And those are the two ways to make money, traffic and conversions. Yet most people fail because most people spend all of their time doing everything but traffic and conversions. The other last two or three things is technical. They do everything but technical if they're not good at technical. And then product creation, which is what we've been talking about today. Product creation or service creation, whatever it is that you're providing value to a marketplace, to a demographic, you got to provide value in order to make money. Even if it's not your value, maybe it's my value, and you're out there as an affiliate providing my value to people, then together, me and you together as affiliate partners are providing value to a marketplace. That's fine too. That's why affiliates make a lot of money as well. But why? Because they're focused on traffic and conversions. They don't have to focus on value because the value is being provided, the credibility is being provided, the social proof, the proof factors. All of that's already done. Pretty easy way to make money. Right? So those are the four things that people don't. And then the last one I would say is mindset. Ooh, that's a big one. That's the big one. That's the big gorilla that prevents people from getting over the wall. That's what keeps them on the other side, right? Keeps the people out. You know, the barriers like, haha, you guys are over there on that side of the wall because of your mindset. Your mindset's keeping you over there. Hello, can you hear me on this side of the wall? Because over here on this side of the wall, we have a more abundant mindset. Yes, we were broke too, just like you, but we thought more abundantly. We thought we could do it. We didn't have a lack mentality. We didn't show up in a live call saying, how do I cancel? The hell out of here. How do you cancel? Like I have time to deal with that. Cancel what? I don't even know what you're going to cancel. I'm here to help people. I don't even know. I don't pay attention to that stuff. All I pay attention is helping people. When I see stuff like that, it just, right before I'm about to get into a talk that I'm really passionate to talk about, I'm sick of that. And sometimes I wish there wasn't a text chat so I don't have to see crap like that. That way I could just focus on giving, even if it's my own distorted view of you guys. Even if I think you all are the most positive, ambitious people and you want to hear this stuff, you want to learn this stuff, in my mind, I think you are. So that's the way I teach because I'm passionate too. I want to learn this stuff, right? I mean, I'm glad I showed up today. I can't believe all the stuff I'm learning from myself. But when someone shows up right when I'm about to talk and like, how do I cancel? Get the hell out of here, right? I had to boot them out of the room. I don't want to see that crap. That's what I can't stand, and I try to get shielded from that because I need to be immune to ridicule. I know, and that person wasn't ridiculing me. It's probably the nicest person in the world. Who knows what their story was or is, right? It's just I'm a little sensitive to that. You get the point. A little rant there. 30-page report, bam, done. Kind of got off topic. We'll go back, but. Anyway, you get that 30-page report. Get it done. I mean, that's not much. You could write a report, right? Get your friend or your wife or husband or aunt or someone to, your college kid, somebody to edit it, right? They can look through and it doesn't even have to be perfect. I misspell words all the time. I suck at spelling. Like any word that has 2 L's in it, I always misspell that word. Or 1 L, like fulfillment. If I'm going to write the word fulfillment, I will misspell that word almost every time. Those kind of words. So it's like, you don't have to be brilliant, to write these reports. Heck, I mean, 98% of the products in the internet marketing market are terrible, and they're making money, you know? So if you buy private label rights products, that can help you too. But I think you got to own it. If you buy a private label rights ebook or videos or audios, even from me, you got to own it. It's yours now. Even though I might be the voice on the audios or videos or someone else or someone else wrote the report, you got to own it. It's yours. If I give you a squeeze page and I wrote the squeeze page and I gave it to you and it has a video of me on it, that's not good enough. It's yours now. You have to tweak it. You have to split test it. You have to make it better. This is the difference. This is the barrier. If I buy a private label rights product, I'm not just going to take it and slap it up online as is. I got to own it. I got to put my name on it. I got to add flair to it. I got to add my style to it. I got to add more value to it usually. Right? I got to own it. You got to own your private label rights products that you buy. You got to own your own products. You got to own your own sales letters. You got to own your own squeeze page. You got to own your own traffic. You got to own your own technical. No one's going to do it for you fully. Even if you pay people to do it, even if you partner with people to do it, it's your responsibility to make money. If you don't have a goal, then you're going to become part of someone else's goal. Interview people. I mean, that's a quick way to create a product. People love to interview, by the way. It's not that difficult. If someone tells you no, well, then screw them. Move on to the next person, right? Write it and get someone else to edit it. It's very easy to find college kids out there to edit for you. English majors. Like, there's English majors in college that, like, I will never be as good at grammar and spelling and all that as they are right now, right? Even if they're like 18, 19 years old. Even high school kids are a lot better, right? So there's a ton of people out there that would love to, you know, get $100 or so from you to just edit your quick little report. They'll do it in a heartbeat. And then, you know, you're, oh, wow, $100, what? But then you get to take that report and sell it for the rest of your entire life. So what if you end up making $1 million and yet you paid someone $100 to edit it for you? If you're worried about it being edited, perfect grammar and all that, I really usually don't care. You know, find the book and model it, you know, or someone else's product is probably the quickest way to get there. Like, for example, my brokering technique that I taught and I continue to teach and continue to help people make money with, I got copied by a ton of people when I first coined that and released it into the marketplace. If you go into our marketplace and find brokering, I started that in our industry, and yet there's tons of stuff out there to teach it. My stacker formula that I did back in 2007, I think, which was a CPA technique, and some strategies there, that got copied by tons of people. I sold that product for like $67 or something, $97. People were selling full-blown $2,500 courses based around that technique that I coined. My ClickBank pass to sales letter technique, basically what that was is what I would do is drive traffic to a squeeze page, and then people would enter their name and email on the squeeze page, and then I would have a sales letter that I wrote, and then, because I was a better sales copywriter, just like the high blood pressure product we looked at earlier, that product, that sales letter was terrible. So what I would do is take the sales letter, rewrite it in my own words, and put it up my own sales page, and then bypass their sales letter and go straight to the order form. So that helped me not create the products and make money, but it helped me increase the conversion. Does that make sense? Well, that technique, I coined that in our market because no one else was doing that I knew of. Dr. Mike helped me perfect it because I didn't know how to do it technically. He had this cloaking script, and we figured out how to do it, how to bypass the sales letter, still use my affiliate link and go straight to the order form. This was in 2006. And I made a ton of money doing this. And then I started teaching it, and then a lot of people started copying and teaching it too. So there's a lot of that. I could go on, tons of stuff. You have no idea that I pioneered in this market. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying that good for them. I know one girl who had never made any money, took my brokering technique, went and made a couple $1,000s doing it, turned around and made hundreds of thousands of dollars teaching the brokering technique in the coaching program. See? Any questions about product creation or any kind of questions? This is the end of the call. I just want to see if you guys have any questions before we call it a day. Cool, Tina. So I don't see any questions. We'll give it a final call. Last call for alcohol. Is the ClickBank thing still available? No, I don't think so. I think that was part of Job Crusher, which I don't own anymore. It may be in there somewhere. I mean, it's basic. It's just basically, I'd pick a ClickBank offer, and then I would create a squeeze page because I wanted to grab those subscribers. Here, let's look at this. So what I would do is I would create, so we'd have traffic here, right? And the traffic would go to a squeeze page. Now on the squeeze page, I wouldn't usually give anything away for free back then. I would just say, like, if I was going to promote a how to lower your high blood pressure product, the squeeze page would say how to lower your high blood pressure, enter your name and email. And then, so I didn't give them any reports or anything. I'd just say that. And then what would happen next is they would go to a sales letter that I wrote, right? Now, what I ended up doing when I started teaching this is I created a product called affiliate sales letters, where I provided these sales letters and these squeeze pages to a membership of people. That was my first big home run, by the way. We had 700 people. That was the limit, right? We were only going to sell 700 people, and we did. We sold out, and it was $67. I think it was $67 a month, and we sold out, whatever that is. And that was affiliate sales letters. That was my first big home run. It was awesome. Couldn't believe it. Just recurring income like that changed my life. So on the sales letter, there's a buy now button, right? If they click the buy now button, it took them through my affiliate link to the ClickBank order form, right? Order form. Through my affiliate link. Now what it did is it bypassed their sales letter, the ClickBank sales letter, because a lot of times, their sales letter sucked and I could write better copy, but I didn't want to create all the content. So I just did this technique to make money, and it worked like a charm. This is basically how I quit my day job. This is basically where I reached 6 figures, was just doing this. But most importantly was this part, the squeeze page, because I targeted demographics. So if I was targeting people that wanted to lose not weight, but what was the other one I was saying? I forgot. But let's just say lose weight. Oh no, high blood pressure. They want to lower their high blood pressure. So they enter their name and email, and then now I have them on a list. Now I can send them emails. So email number 1 could be product A, which could still be the same product, right, that I'm selling. Oops. And then email number 2 could pitch product A again, for example. Email number 3 could be just free content, right? We'll just put a G for goodwill. And then email number 4 could pitch product B. Then the next email, product B. And then the next email, goodwill. And then that's a terrible G. And then the next product, goodwill again, because I want to be a little unpredictable. The next one would be product C. All of this targeting demographics. See here? All of this targets what? People that have high blood pressure, usually a little bit overweight or a little bit unhealthy or need supplements and stuff like that. So all of this would be targeted to that demographic. So this product B could be on how to lose weight. Product C could be on superfoods to eat, diet, right? This could be exercise and how to lose weight. And this could be like superfoods to eat, antioxidants and stuff to help with lowering blood pressure and also losing weight and being healthier. Product D could be on using breathing exercises to lower blood pressure and meditation and stuff like that, mindfulness. So that's it. So this is how I quit my job. But it really wasn't because of this as much as it was because of this. Building niche lists. So I had like a list of people that wanted to lose weight. I had it called Spin Diet, I remember. And then I had a list of people who wanted to get their security deposits back from their landlords. Then I had a list of people that were landlords that wanted to evict their, because these were the same books really, tenant rights. So this was a product for landlords who wanted to evict or get rid of bad tenants. This was a product on child custody. This was a product on getting a divorce. What else did I do? Mine's going blank. Did some other health products for Dr. Mike. Oh, diabetes. We had a product on diabetes. Anyway, you get the picture. And they were all they were all lists here. This was a list, 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 right? So if I had a list on how to lose weight, I'd hit them on yoga, I'd hit them on karate, I'd hit them on superfoods, I'd hit them on meditation, I'd hit them on, different diets, the rice diet, I remember marketing that, and the South Beach diet, all of that was, and then I hit them with CPA offers too, which is another whole course, which turned into the stacker formula, which made me another 6 figures or so when I taught that method. Whatever. In this scenario, your initial product was a ClickBank affiliate product. Yep. It was a ClickBank affiliate product. Okay, any other questions? Can you briefly explain then how that turned into your $67 membership? Okay, yeah, basically it was called affiliate sales letters, and with affiliate sales letters you got 5 squeeze pages per month, and you got, along with those, 5 sales letters per month, just like that. Oh, and you got 5 autoresponder emails per month for different niches. So 1 could be weight loss, 2 could be diabetes, 3 could be whatever, 4 could, so every month you get 5 different niches. And so each package, so this one was weight loss, some weight loss, burn the fat or something on ClickBank. So burn the fat, I wrote a squeeze page for you for that. I wrote a sales letter for you for that, and then 5 autoresponder emails for you for that. And so we sold this to 700. I think it was 740 to be exact. 740. We've put a limit. We will only allow 740 members into this membership site ever. And then we put a waiting list, and then we sold out like the first week, and it was $67 a month. I think it was 67. It was either 67 or 47. I don't remember. And we never opened this again, by the way. Never opened it. We ended up opening affiliate sales videos later on, though, which was the same concept except sales letters with sales videos. Pretty cool, huh? That was a lot of money for me when I first started. Pretty genius. Yeah, $50K per month. Not $50K once, per month. Pretty cool, huh? You're welcome, Paul. Thank you. Okay, I'm done. Bye.